We must vote them out, I declare. Captain, the ship is sinking. Captain, the seas are rough. We gas tank almost empty, no electricity. We oil pressure reading low. Shall we abandon ship or shall we sit on it and perish slow? We don't know. We don't know. Captain, you tell me what to do. We don't know. We don't know. You tell me what to do.
The content on this platform may not align with the views of a certain party or organization. It's important to note that the views and opinions expressed on a platform are often those of the individual contributors and not necessarily reflective of the organization. In this case, Caribbean American news media may not be held responsible for the content posted by its contributors. It's important for individuals to critically evaluate the information they encounter and consider multiple sources before forming their own opinions. If you have specific concerns about the content on the platform, it may be helpful to address them directly with Cam. The content
Well, a special good night to all our friends here on Caribbean American News Media. Yes, welcome to the platform. Greetings, my people. And by the way, how was your day? Folks, how was your day? All is well, all is well. Greetings, my people. Welcome to the one and only Caribbean American News Media platform. Yes, this is where we bring to you, yes, live commentary in the news. Yes, there's a lot happening, brothers and sisters out there in the world, in St. Lucia, here in the United States. We're expecting in the New York area, we're expecting a winter storm. All schools are closed tomorrow. I'm going to be out there on the road sometime, God's willing, in the morning. Heading to another community in New York, and I pray that the Lord would allow me to get through. But greetings, friends. There's a lot. The whole world seems to be, there's drama everywhere. There's trouble in the north, trouble in the south. There is problems. Oh my God! We're going to try to get through this tonight. So share the live, tag a friend. We're not going to start officially unless we have 100 viewers, unless the platform is shared and liked and followed. Please follow. A lot of people don't know how to follow the platform. You got to follow it, the page itself, and you got to like the page itself. It helps us to be recognized, and our platform is being promoted, recommended right now by Facebook, but it goes a little further when you at the end of the live, when you like the actual platform itself, not the post, which is what you're watching now, not the live. You can like that too, but we want you to like and to follow and encourage your friends to like and to follow, to keep us on the air, to keep us moving along in the right direction. Folks, we're here for the long haul, like I said to you earlier. But welcome to the platform, friends. There is a lot of problems tonight in the news. We are dealing with the vendors. We are dealing with a lot of other issues in the country, the roads, and folks, it is just a packed night. It's one of those nights, and we will try to start as soon as we can get those signals out to our brothers and our sisters on the various platforms. Greetings to everybody. You know we love you here on the platform. We're so happy to have you. Tonight I'm going to send out a word of warning at some point throughout the show. So please stay tuned to Caribbean American News broadcast. We also have some entertainment on the platform as usual. You know, there's never a dull moment. There is never a dull moment. My step aunt passed away on Sunday, Afalaya Tatilia, there in Dennery, and it's sad because I saw a lot of missed calls from her, and you know, she asked me to promise her that I would, you know, take care of something for her, and then, you know, I'm so sorry that, you know, she have lost her life there in St. Lucia, retired, worked here all her life, and we call her Auntie, and so she's gone. That's my stepfather's sister. She was the last among the brothers and sisters alive. The last, no more. All brothers, all everybody's gone, gone. And so she's the last of the last. And I pray for comfort on behalf of our family. Also Emma in England and Sharon and all the others. Greetings, condolences to you too. She was a good aunt, and I'm sure you would have had your many beautiful moments with her. And to all her friends here in New York, her friends there in St. Lucia, you know, condolences to all of you. It pained me Sunday morning. I couldn't recover when my brother called me from England early in the morning twice. I know once I get all these calls from him so early, there's something wrong. And, you know, he gave me the news of the passing of our beloved Auntie Afalaya Tatilia. Was a strong woman. Yes, my friend. The lele mo le mo pou fè bagay balik ma fè. You can't find shit, way. You can't create a people don't make me call you again. They let her find shit because you can't fè mo fè bagay la you feel I change my mind. Quite but mo te kote tell me, honestly. And I had a special attachment to her because she reminded me so much, and she was the last for my stepfather, you know, when it comes to brother, sister. And you know, my commitment to him was that I would be there for her, seeing that she was the last, and to ensure that, you know, all went well. But she was not here in the States where I could have run to do anything. But thank God for Sharon and all the others who were able to, you know, get over there to her, you know. So sorry. So sorry, friends. So at the same time, I am in mourning. At the same time, I got to continue the work that we set out to do here on the platform, and that's my commitment, as I said to you, that I'm going to be here with you, and we're going to get it. Hey, Arnold, greetings, my brother. Happy birthday to Arnold. Yes, that's faithful brother, man. God bless you with long life. May you live to see many, many, many more, my brother, and good health to you, healing, and all blessings I send to you in your direction. And but my heart is pain. I didn't get up. Imagine when I got up let me confess, on Sunday morning when I got the call, I stayed on the bed in my pajamas. I came down into the studio because I have a room in the studio, bathrooms and everything here. And so I just went on my rest bed where the Lord speaks to me, and I lie and I stayed there for a long time. And I went up, I did little things, but I stayed in my pajamas all day. Couldn't recover all night, just making calls and sitting by the computer, lying down and just thinking that, you know, what should I have done that I did not do? And I felt so bad, and the weight came down on me. But thank God for his words of comfort that came to me, saying that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning, friends. And so, you know, it is a painful thing when you lose a loved one, someone close to you, someone that you love. And so, you know, I am not going to come here and just spend all these gloomy moments with you. And so life must go on, and so as long as we live, we will die. All of us have an appointment with death, and it's how we live. We got to live together as one people. We got to love a little more. We got to care for people a little more. And I'll tell you something with me before I go forward. A lot of people misunderstand me, don't understand me at all, or don't care to understand me. I have a very soft heart because of my background, because of how I was brought up, because of my my religious attachment. I'm very religious. I was always religious from a little boy, born in the church, baptized, served. I've served in most departments of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And I always wanted to be a missionary because of my calling. I went out. I did my studies. I'm still undergoing one. I got my degree in biblical interpretation, biblical studies. And I have always said I do not want to be a pastor in a church, but I want to be on the mission field. I don't want to be hired by no church. I don't want church money. I want to be out there where people are hurting, to be with people. And that's why I always say to people that I am a minister of the gospel out there to people who do not have a church, to people who people don't care about, to the mentally challenged, to the prostitute, to the drunkard. That's where I want to be. And that's why sometimes I get very dirty. People dirty me so bad to a point sometimes where you wonder whether you're doing the right thing. And some people say, no, man, you people are taking advantage of you and all these kind of things. But it's my calling. And as I said to somebody today, if somebody's going to feel good punching me, allow them. At the end of the day, they will feel good. Yes, there are consequences because the earth continues to turn. And like we say, as the world turns, what a man sow, he shall reap. What you put out is what you're going to get back. And so I'm comforted in the fact that I've never seen the righteous forsaken. And weapons that is formed against us may never prosper. And so I am confident, and I take a lot of abuse out there. I've taken a lot of abuse, friends. I have helped to the point where it hurts financially. I've gotten in trouble where, I say to someone, look, I'm going to send you a little $5, a little $3 to go get a plate of food or something. And I've always gotten hurt because you will always have my name with money. When you go deeper, you would realize that I don't need the money. It's not about me. It is always about helping somebody else. And I've always gotten into trouble helping. I've always gotten into trouble just being there for people. I've always gotten into trouble, friends. I consider it good trouble. Because at the end of the day, God is going to say to me, I was hungry, you did not feed me. I was thirsty, you did not give me water. I was in prison, you did not visit me. I was mentally challenged, you didn't stick with me. You judged me, you condemned me, you turned your back on me. And so forgive me, brethren, if you see me getting abused, or you see me, people just taking advantage because I don't say much, I don't curse people, I don't go back at people, because at the end of the day, I'm a Christian, for God's sake. I'm called to be different. And I'm reminded of the sufferings of Christ when he was placed on the cross for doing good. And I will ever be grateful to God for the heart that he have given to me, a heart of forgiveness, a heart of reconciliation. I had a friend who called me today who abused me, but called me today just to check on my welfare. And I thank God for the heart that he has given me. And I hope that my heart and my spirit can be transferred to other citizens, those who are under the sound of my voice, that all of us can be better. All of us can do some good. All of us can help, or help lift a heavy burden in our society. All of us can petition on behalf of the downtrodden, the poor, the victimized, the raped mother, the rape woman, child, the woman who is on the job being underpaid, the family who is being squeezed by high taxes, bus drivers who are spending all their monies on tires and on the parts on the bottom of their vehicles. All of us can speak up. All of us can be part of the solution. But what we cannot do is to allow anyone to drag us into any type of behavior that does not represent what humanity should be. We should never allow anyone to squeeze us to the point where we start doing things and saying things, unkind things, just to ensure that we inflict maximum pain on the others. We must do better. We got to do better. We need to do better. The country is depending on us to do better. The country is depending on us to lift the standard, to raise the bar, because we are going to hell in a handbasket as a nation. Hell in a handbasket. When I look at what is accepted in our society as normal, when I listen to individuals who have just threatened and cursed women and all the nastiness, sorry about that. When I look, I hope we're still live, folks. Just bear with me. The enemy is trying to mess with our system there. We just had a blank screen a while ago. And that's the enemy. Anytime truth is being presented, my screen went blank. Everything just went blank. I plead the blood in our system tonight, because somebody got to hear this, what I'm saying to you. It seems like the devil in hell lives in St. Lucia. People are angry. People are being nasty toward each other. People are wishing bad on each other. People are spreading rumors and lies on each other. And people are comfortable doing it. So when we have an individual who curses and threatens people for no reason, I was threatened that my head would be bust and I would get a lash. For what? I have not done anything to the individual, the gentleman. Abuse me. And then goes on a radio station and say, I don't trouble people unless they trouble my women. And what I'm trying to say to you is that it seems like humanity have lost their brain, their marbles, to the point where they do not even remember what they're doing, their actions. They're saying things, they're doing things. It is like the whole country is demon-possessed. People do things to you, they say things to you, and then they forget. So they go and they act all sainty, like, oh, I don't trouble people. I just do my thing, and people just trouble me, and so I don't trouble people. And there are many of you who don't trouble anybody. You try to live as good citizens in the country. I have had my own viewers being abused, being cursed off. Our country have gone to the devil in hell, and business as usual. Leaders say one thing, they come back, they say they didn't say it, and it's like the devil have taken over the land. Our religious leaders have gone asleep. What is happening in our nation? What is happening? What blight is on the nation? I'm not going to come here to come and talk nonsense about panties and I don't sell Victoria's Secret. I don't have a panty factory to talk about panties. We have a nation, friends, to build. And if we don't start building that nation now, all we will have is a bunch of déclassés in our communities. And everybody looking for the next person to kill. And you don't see the urgency of this. If you don't see the urgency of this, crap or smoke in your pipe. So I'm not going to encourage nastiness. I'm not going to encourage anybody to attack anybody. That's not what we should be doing. And by the way, let me say something, folks. If you love Mr. Shastney and you love the party and you love this and you love that, let us lift the standard. Let us present to the St. Lucians a clean party, a respectful party, a party that respects the constitutional rights of people. Because each citizen have a right to decide the party that they're going to support, when they're going to support it, and when they're going to leave. We got to respect the democratic right of the people. So I'm calling on the Flabos to let's step up the game. Let's be more kind. Let's be more loving. Let's be more peaceful. It is time for us to come together and say we're not going to share negative lives because we want to aggravate somebody. Let us stay on the issues. There's enough issues in the country to aggravate us ourselves, to force us into action. And that's why you will never hear me defending myself on this platform. You will never hear me. We all are different, of course. Some people, there are times when you have to stand up and you got to put people in their place. You got to let them know, not today. Don't try that with me. But it is time for a more peaceful discussion. We got to talk to each other. It is the only way St. Lucia will win if we speak to each other. You cannot do like the Prime Minister and not speak to each other. That's what he's advocating. That is a leader that needs to be removed immediately. You cannot have leaders like that in your nation, molding young minds. He must be removed. I am calling on the Governor General. I am calling on the other ministers of government. I'm calling on the Labour Party to call a meeting, a general meeting, and get somebody else in leadership until the next elections. But you got to save St. Lucia. And I'm pleading with you. That's why I have on my red bow tie tonight, Labour Party people. Save your party. In saving your party, you will save the nation. You will save the future generation, our future politicians. You will save them so that they would not look back and say, well, this Prime Minister did this, so we can do it too. We got to clean it up now. I am calling on the SLP to clean up your government. Reshuffle your cabinets. Get some people out if you have to. It is time for a shift so that we can have progress. We cannot have progress without a shift, without a movement, you see. And I make no apologies to anybody on this platform. I don't make apologies to anyone who want to come after me. I am saying it is time for us to stand up, to speak up, and to act. All St. Lucians got to act. And you got to act in unison. If you want somewhere to go and do your young and restless, bold and beautiful thing, fine, go ahead and do your stuff. But we have a nation to save. And that's why I was disappointed in Power FM myself. Because all of them saw what was happening, and that was not a good time to make that move. Period. It was not, and that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. You are entitled to your opinion. I am entitled to mine. I am saying it was a bad move. It was a bad move. We should never reward bad behavior in the country. And that's what we have been doing all the time. And that's why we have what we have today. St. Lucia, what you have in your country today is what you planted yourself. Nobody planted it for you. You planted it. You planted the bitterness. You planted the hatred. You planted the generation that we have now. You did it. Some of you parents did it. Some of you leaders do it. Some of you church leaders do it. Some of you community leaders do it. Some of you businessmen do it. St. Lucia is reaping what they have planted. And now they don't know how to deal with it, who should deal with it, what should happen. They're confused like a bunch of idiots. And I always stick to this saying that what a man sow, he shall also reap. What a nation sow, it shall reap. We have generated this environment of lawlessness, ungodliness, disrespect. Anytime you remove God, the devil comes in and take the nation. All you like is rum, sex, carnival, bacchanal. That's all in the nation now. That's the only thing running in the country. You go to St. Lucia, there's a music in every corner, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Anytime there's a bacchanal. And I'm not saying you can't have your fun, but is that how come on. Anyway, we have some issues here, friends. I'm just disturbed. I'm just upset. I'm just fed up with what I am seeing in our nation. Righteousness do exalt your nation. I don't care what the devil in hell tell you guys. I don't care how he bewitch you all with lies and have bamboozled your minds with mirages, strong delusions that you are believing a lie over the truth. You are seeing, but you're not seeing. You are hearing, but you're not hearing. And I will come to these vendors too. But what a man sow, he shall reap. So St. Lucia, your chicken have come home to roost. It is your chicken. It is your fruit. Deal with it. And stop blaming everybody else. Face up to it. Take responsibility. This is our problem. We blighted our own country. Every corner of St. Lucia, obia, some evil nastiness. And that is what is promoted in the nation. Nastiness and declassiness. All kind of occult and nasty behavior. Men sexing up each other. Women sexing up each other all over the place. And we embrace it and laugh at it. It's normal. It's good. Your son's bringing home men and say, that's my boyfriend. And you laugh. You embrace it. It's unnatural. It's destroying the bouillon of our nation. And I'm coming for you government ministers. Somebody got to get upset enough to speak the truth and cause it what it may. Because if we don't speak now, we will cry later. And many of you parents are crying now because you didn't speak then, so you're crying now. And you want to blame everybody else, the neighbor, the government, everybody else for your problems, your menaces that you have created in our society. Since when, St. Lucians, you have children that you cannot control? Since when? Gone are the days when you knock the devil out of these kids. And the following day they get normal like Jesus. But you allow those demons to sleep all over your house and you're not rebuking them. Now, before I get sick, let's just cool out. But it's time for somebody to speak the truth. We have created nastiness. Look at the House of Assembly. Disgusting. They need to apologize to St. Lucians. All these government ministers must apologize to St. Lucia for the nastiness that we sit back and we encouraged. Nastiness. Victimization, cussing off innocent people, calling them names. Look what NBC did to me. Don't know me. Don't know half of you. But nastiness, and we licensed it. We copyright it. We license through the airwaves the nastiness. Brethren, it's not anything else but nastiness in our nation, and we are reaping it. Rightfully so. People can't walk in car streets anymore. You can't talk in car streets. In your own country, you can't even talk. You can't even let people know that you're a flabo, or you're an Adventist, or you're Catholic, or you're this. You can't let nobody know. Everything is a secret now. Because people are afraid. And then those who come out to speak, they tell you, oh, they will kill them, they will kill you. And since when we are celebrating nastiness, call it out. Well, they will put Obi on us. To hell with it. The weapon won't form against you. It will not prosper against you. What are you afraid of? It won't prosper. Some of you are too ungodly. That's why you're afraid to speak. Cover yourself with the blood of Jesus and open your mouth and speak. And I declare any weapon, evil weapons that are forming the atmosphere, it coming back in your bouillon. And your generation will reap it too. Because no bad deeds go unjudged. And no good ones go unnoticed too. And I said what I said, and that's my rant. Let's get to work, friends. Manita. Nastiness. Stand with me, friends. Let's protest against this nastiness in our nation. Prime Minister, you got to go. You no longer can lead the nation. Got to go. Somebody else, I don't care. Somebody else got to take over. But let's get a little... Somebody send me a little encouraging thing here. Let's play it. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do. Vendors, I'm coming for y'all. With some of you hypocrisy too. I'm coming.
Rises against you in judgment shall be condemned. However, sometimes I think we misunderstand this statement, no weapon formed. This statement means that anyone seeking to do evil against us will fail. Evil is anything bad. Note that it didn't say no weapon will prosper. It says no weapon formed. This means that the attacks will come on every side, in every way, from our enemies, friends, and family. Yes, friends and family. The weapons of bad news, sickness, failure, anger, distress, disappointments, lack. And there will be times we will feel defeated in situations we are faced with. But we have the assurance that we will be victorious as the enemy uses those weapons to brandish against us. And they could happen at any time, and sometimes when we least expect it. But we need to remember that God is bigger and stronger than any weapon, and we need not be intimidated. But how can we fight these battles of weapons formed against us? We need to armor up. We need to be prepared, as no one goes to war unprepared. We need to rely on God's hand to lift us up out of our troubles, as He is able to turn our troubles around for good, as Romans 8:28 says. We need to seek God's guidance before we respond or make any moves. Sometimes our attacks are for lessons to shape us, mold us, to open our eyes to the things God wants us to see, to make us stronger, wiser, and to make us the persons He wants us to become. This may be unbelievable, as not every attack is meant to destroy us, as many times it is to build us up. That is only if we allow it to make us and not break us. That is where trust in our God comes. We need to acknowledge that God is in control. Remember, there are things we will never be in control of, but God is in control of everything. When we let Him have control, it opens our minds to receive His guiding wisdom, filling us with confidence and creative solutions to all our challenges. We need to remember His faithfulness and promises. His faithfulness is new every day. His promises are true. If He has done it before, He can do it again. We need to admit utter dependence on God, as when we stand on our own, we are weak and will easily fail. We need to worship Him. When we worship God, miracles happen. Prayers are good, but worship in song are prayers as well, and they do wonders. Sometimes our healing and deliverance happens through worship. We need to be thankful to God for His goodness before the rescue. If we often look for the things we can be grateful for in our situations, it helps us go better. We will focus less on the problem and come to realize that it could have been worse. We need to let go and let God. There are times we just need to be still, surrender it all to Him. Let Him have His way, as His ways are not our ways, and neither is His timing our timing. Sometimes we take matters into our own hands, and because of that, it becomes more messy. Let us remember, the battle is the Lord's. So today, what is it that you're fighting? Maybe you have been trying to fight it on your own, and things are just not working out. Let it go. Be obedient. Trust that God loves you. Exodus 14:14 says, "The Lord will fight for you, and you have only to be still." The Lord promises to be with us and to go before us. It's not always easy to let go, easier said than done. But our God never loses a battle. And so I leave us with this quote: the enemy is not fighting you because you are weak. The enemy is fighting because you have a purpose. End of quote.
All right, folks. So that's it right there. That's our power quote for the night. Anybody know this lady? Please have her to send more of these over to me. If anybody can identify her voice, let her know that we need to have more of these. All right? Our country needed. Now, let me address Dimitri Mathre from Denry. Listen to me, young man. You just behave yourself on this platform and listen. All right? You understand what I'm saying? Just behave and listen, sir. Don't come here about two masters and all what you're saying there, because I don't think you know what you're saying. So learn. I'm not your age. I see you as a little boy, grew up. Just relax yourself, okay? All right, good. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get to work. All right? Let's get to work. So we have a big issue. Reverend, I'm not in any mood for any games, any garbage from anybody. Okay? So I'm just saying that now. And I'm not here to ramp with no little boys. All right? So let's get to work, folks. If you're here to learn, stay. If you don't want to learn, get out of here. Go somewhere where you can and be entertained with cussing and nastiness. Right? Because as far as I'm concerned, I said nothing tonight to have you to write foolishness on this platform. Period. Good. So let's get to work, folks. No distractions. Let's get to work. All right? I have no time, honestly, tonight, because I have sat there and encouraged a lot of abuse and said nothing. And it continues. And look at our nation. Some of you should be happy I'm here speaking, trying to encourage individuals to step up. What you should have been doing is to say amen. That's true. And of course, when I go wrong, you can pull me up. There ain't nothing to pull me up here on. Go pull up what is happening in the communities. Huh? I'm a decent citizen. Law-abiding. Just want to help in the process. Well, you want me to be in church, sit down watching the walls? Huh? Reading the same scriptures to the same people? 40 years? While our people are languishing out there? That's what you want me to do? Get out of here. Let's get to work. Get out of here. Not on this platform tonight. Not on this platform. Wait on Thursday, wait for some other day where you have all your entertainment and your racism and everything else, and you go there. Manita, honestly, Reverend, so, we have a problem. We have a problem in St. Lucia, friends. Let's talk about our vendors. Let's talk about our vendors. I can remember, and some of you will correct me, those of you on the ground, because we are in the United States, and ever so often, those of you on the ground will have to correct us. Now, let me say first, let me just say too, that I don't stand here and speak for the United Workers' Party. They have their PRO. They have the machines. I caucus with the United Workers' Party. I am a registered supporter of the United Workers' Party. But officially, I do not speak for the United Workers' Party. I'm a free agent. So I don't want nobody to get tied up if I say anything on the platform that is a reflection of the United Workers' Party. I try to be in alignment with their policies. I try to be in alignment with their position. I try to show respect to the conversation so that the party will not be affected by anything I say here. And I would not have to come and apologize, because if you look at my platform, I don't apologize for anything because I'm very careful with what I say here. And I always wait for them sometimes to come out on their position, and then I come behind. I don't rush ahead of them. And I'm not working against them. But they are us, and we are they, if you understand that saying. Good. So I will continue with what I was saying now that I've cleared the air, that this is not a UWP platform. They have their machine. This is not an official machine. But when you come here, you will expect to hear a lot about the United Workers' Party and their service to the nation, towards the development of the country, their ideas, their position on certain matters. And if I don't agree with some of the positions, you will know. Because the UWP is not a cult where I have to just walk a line or they throw me out of the party. Because if they throw me out, I will start one. I will start another movement. So don't come, Akodisimuna. Don't come for me. Right? Yes. All right? Okay. Okay, good. So, all right. Can you send me the voice note on 929-586-1821? Yes, all right? Yeah, send it to me on 929-586-1821, the voice note, all right? 929-586-1821. The individual, you know yourself, send that voice clip over to 929-586. Okay, let me see if I can, just hold a minute, folks, just something I have to do here for someone urgently. Yeah, I like to, yeah, sometimes I procrastinate. So you got to forgive me, friends. Because I have a lot going on, a lot that I'm doing at the same time. So there are times when I will have to do something for you and it will take a long time before it is done. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, honestly. Just know that I don't have time. There's a lot going on. So I know you might be saying, what happened to him tonight? He feisty. Mind your business. Leave me alone.
And usher me out.
No. Don't usher me out. I didn't mean to flush anything. Don't worry. The flush button was pressed by accident. Too early for that. But let's get to work, folks. All right? Okay, good. Share the live, folks. Tonight is Kwashe Dife. Family. So let's go back to what I was saying. No distractions. What I was saying, the vendors. And as I said, I want you to help me out here because I don't know everything. You know by now that I would tell you I don't know a lot of things. So the last thing I heard about the United Workers' Party administration is that they did their best to organize proper housing for our vendors in Castries. Now, the vendors in Castries are from all over St. Lucia. Let me just clarify that. Not vendors in Castries, but the vendors who are vending there in Castries. So the Prime Minister, under the leadership of the Prime Minister, the government under the leadership of Mr. Chasney, decided that, the vendors got to be protected from the elements. The elements, I mean, the sun, the rain, the wind. So they would put you into an environment where you're comfortable. Take you off the sidewalks, put you in a nice place. So when people come to Castries, they know if they want ground provisions, they got to go to this place. If they need fish, they got to go this place, not on the sidewalk. I bought some fish in Castries. Let me just say this here. I see some little jacks, and I love jacks. I grew up on it. I got excited. I was coming, I believe, from Sky FM or somewhere last year. So I saw the jacks by the side of the road there by the waterfront, by the government buildings in the area there. I pull up the car. I say, give me about $40 worth of fish. That's a lot of fish. Tell them to fill it with ice. Now, them fellas on the side of the road, the hot sun, no umbrella, no shirt, and the fish is in the heat. You understand what I'm saying? Brethren, up to this day, I have fish, those jacks, in my fridge here. I can't use them because they burn mouth. You know why they burn mouth? They were not in a control environment. There was no covering for them fellas. And so it was exposed to the sun. Now, when you have fish in the sun, it's a bad recipe to cause people to get sick. So let me just cool down. So the government under the United Workers' Party leadership decided, look, let's do something for our people. Let's try to get housing, a nice facility where our vendors can be happy. Everybody can go into one area and they can get the vendors complain. The white man they want us to take away our bread, and they want to take away our patchy money, and they must go. Shasti must go. Shasti must go. And the vendors went off. Listen to this. Listen to this, brethren.
They have to pay $100 when they take our trolley.
As the MP for Castries Central, in terms of your vision for the constituency, where do the vendors fit in?
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody will interfere with any vendor anywhere again. Nobody.
They have to pay $100 when they take our trolley.
As the MP for Castries Central, in terms of your vision for the constituency, where do the vendors fit in?
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody will interfere with any vendor anywhere again. Nobody.
They have to pay $100 when they take our trolley.
As the MP for Castries Central, in terms of your vision for the constituency, where do the vendors fit in?
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody will interfere with any vendor anywhere again. Nobody.
The content on this platform.
Mwen pas apwen maji beti sa.
C'est pas moi, sir. So, yeah, man.
Mwen pas apwen maji beti sa.
C'est pas moi, c'est gouvernement. So, you know, they said, well, yeah. He said, nobody will touch my vendors. And as the saints go marching in, they jump, yeah, not realizing, and you had to complain, when they take our thing, we have to pay $100. Após as a mem fed $100. So, listen to me, let's go on, because I got to laugh before I cry, all right? And I'll sympathize with you all after I finish, because some of you got to be reminded of your wickedness. Some of you got to be reminded of your childishness as adults. Someone want to take you out of the sun, put you in a facility, who can't complain. Another man promised you that nobody will touch my vendors. You can sell everywhere. Nobody can touch my vendors. And you know, you celebrate, man. Yay! We're back in the streets. And then, you know, when you're back in the streets, what happened? I get spoiled food. I get cooked ripe bananas in the sun. I get boiled fish from the sun. and I go and eat one of the fish. When I fry the fish, man, I eat it and my belly start moving like an ocean. Immediately, my belly start folding up. I should have sued the government of St. Lucia. One of the fish I put in my mouth, my belly start rolling like the Jordan River. So I ain't coming here talking nonsense like some people that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, I got roast fish in the sun. And it almost killed me. I have a bag in the fridge right now. I wish I could have gone there in the deep freeze and get it for you. Well, let's go.
As a result of the reduced consumer traffic at the market due to COVID, some vendors chose to rove the streets hawking their goods. The CCC, however, restricted the activity to the extent that trolleys were confiscated by the city police.
There are loads of things across the globe that bring character to a city. You go to Taiwan, you go to Singapore, everywhere in the world, the major cities, walk through Manhattan, vendors all on the sidewalks.
Yes.
That is what gives a city its character. And like I said, it really hurt my heart one Mother's Day when I saw the Castries City Council taking the little facilities that the vendors used to sell and packing them up as though they were throwing them away at the Masha market. To me, whoever did that was unconscionable, had no conscience, and never thought that all those persons, most of which were women who were trying to make a living to fend for their children.
Yes.
In other words, you're asking people to stay away from making an honest living.
And the newly minted Castries Central MP reiterated.
And I will say this and I will say it again. We need to regularize what is happening, but nobody under my watch is touching no vendor.
Miguel Favre. The result of the reduced consumer
Yes,
traffic.
man. Miguel Favre for NBC News Prime.
And usher him out. Take his microphone and usher him out. Take his microphone and usher him out.
So, we'll just fix this while we can. So right now, whole Kosi vendors lababo. Some get 3 days to vend in the boulevard. 2 days, 3 days. They've been removed. I hear one crying that they take my tray. And there were one that said what? I voted for Richard. I ain't going nowhere. That's why I vote for him. I ain't going nowhere. Now, I can't find the clip where Mr. Frederick said, how can this be? How can we allow this? All these things are I saw on the road, people taking up the whole sidewalks, and you heard the beautiful say. Sorry. Something I remember that I laughed, And he said, well, have you ever seen this? Now, he's pretending like he never said this. Let's go back again.
COVID, some vendors chose to rove the streets hawking their goods. The CCC, however, restricted the activity to the extent that trolleys were confiscated by the city police.
There are loads of things across the globe that bring character to a city. You go to Taiwan, you go to Singapore, everywhere in the world, the major cities, walk through Manhattan, vendors all on the sidewalks.
Yes.
That is what gives a city its character. And like
Now,
I said,
hold on a minute, folks. Somebody got to get that clip for me. So I'm going to ask you to send the clip to 929-586-1821. Somebody got to send that clip. We must play that other clip where the brother was complaining about the vendors on the sidewalks. And guess what? They cannot vend by the House of Assembly anymore. I thought in Manhattan they were vending everywhere, even in front of the police station. Even in front of the government house in Manhattan. The FBI headquarters. There was vendors everywhere. That's how do you remove the vendors? All of a sudden, the story has changed. And you know who's left out in the dark? Say vendors la. Is the vendors. Now, vendors, I hope you permit me to remind you first in a funny way and show you the reason why you vendors need to sit down sometimes and think first before you talk. You talk too much. Some of you need to take your Bible when you're not selling dashin in the market. Take your Bible and read and stop talking people business. Mind your own business. But you wasn't minding your own business, ain't it? Because if you were minding your business, you would realize that is foolishness. You selling outside there in the sun. And when somebody want to buy Yovle Ashte Yonde Patat, you have the umbrella fighting you. You can't even serve the person properly. Disorganization in the nation. Huh? Well, let's listen to. We await the clip. 929-586-1821. Hold call your pabo. So, in the boulevard, I came across a young lady by the name of, I believe, Cherish the Time is her name. And by the way, she was one of the folks who spoke up against Dominic there in thing, but I don't blame her. She has her constitutional right to do so. But she's upset. She's really upset about what is happening there with the vendors. Let's hear from her. Let's hear from her, one of the supporters of the former supporter of the United Workers' Party, present supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Being able to pay your bills. Let me tell you all, when it rains on all of our doorsteps. When it rains on all of our rooftops.
Now, this young lady is a vendor there in the boulevard, I believe. Somebody said close to Blue Carroll.
I think you will sit down in your big mansion and in your big offices and think that you will come and take somebody's livelihood from them or cut off people's livelihood and then you would feel comfortable where you're at. No, it's not going to work like that. Because everybody comfortable in their place and they do not understand our situation. I am a vendor and I have been a vendor all my life. Y'all know me everywhere around the world hustling. Anywhere I go, I always try to turn 50 cents into $1 so I do not become a nuisance to society. Yes, I always try to turn 50 cents into $1. I'm always on the hustle, always trying to make it. So I was off island.
So before she start, let me just remind her that your 50 cents that you're going to turn into $1 is going to now turn to 10 cents. All right? Just a reminder. Go ahead.
Vending in the boulevard is prohibited and it is only there. You could only vend on Thursdays to Saturdays. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You understand me? I speak on behalf of no one. I speak on behalf of Cherish the Times. I have between 6 to 10 employees on a weekly basis because everybody have to eat. Everybody's trying to make a daily.
So, let me just say for the Seventh-day Adventists, Zopui, sir. Yeah? For the Adventists, Zopui. Saturday, you all don't vend. Friday, half day. So, whole cause up abo. You all only have Thursday and half day on Friday to vend in the boulevard. That one was for the Seventh-day Adventists, my Seventh-day Adventist brethren. Those who wait for others to talk on their behalf and then they enjoy the benefits. Whole cause up abo. Saturday, ou passe a van because ou à l'église. Friday, sunset. You have to run home, especially those of you from the country. Thursday alone. Whole cause up abo. But let the lady continue. Wise me. Go ahead, lady. Manita, go ahead.
You understand me? So when y'all come and y'all deprive someone else, I'm outside of the Blue Coral Mall. Right outside of the Blue Coral Mall. This is all the sidewalks. I used to sell in New York. Right outside of Old Navy on Flatbush. Right there until then. Old Navy used to leave their doors open during the winter time for me to run. During the summertime, they used to leave their door open so I could come and take a little AC, and then I'd run back out under my big umbrella. You understand? I used to have my tables and my setup out there. I am not saying there's not rules that needs to be implemented and things do not need to change. You understand me? Maybe the way people present their stuff, the marketing strategy, whatever, I don't care. I'm not saying that these things do not need improving. But I am saying that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Hold a minute. And guess what?
It's not working.
No.
It's
hold a
not
minute,
going
sister. Hold. I'll come back to you. Don't worry. I'll give you time. But listen, for you vendors, and I'm warning you all, for you vendors who your family send a little barrel for you with a little soap, Irish Spring, and you sell in the boulevard or you sell in Castries, whole cause up our boat, because right now the government, the monies that they need is in your pocket. Just now they're going to send customs all over the boulevard, all over St. Lucia, to smell them products to see if they come from America or Canada, and they will charge you all. I tell you it's coming. Watch your bread, Lucia, and I warn you all, they will take... Anyway. More Phoenix. Go ahead, lady.
There is whatever expo. Let me tell you something. The only thing y'all could speak about is y'all have this, y'all have that going on in the boulevard on certain days. The same day we could be moved from the boulevard to the square. What happened? The people cannot go to the square. Why do we have to be inconvenienced all the time? I have been vending in the boulevard for as long as I know how. For as long as I know, I've been vending in the boulevard outside Voyagers. If you'll go on my page, you will see memories from 2019. I was in the boulevard all week selling the same jewelry. You understand me? And the proof is right there. So today y'all are saying that I cannot vend in the boulevard during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the people I have working for me, I have to tell them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, y'all will have to go and make bomb. Y'all will have to go and steal. Y'all will have to go and do all kind of things because I cannot vend in the boulevard. I have been looking for a store high and low, up and down in the city of Castries and the surrounding areas. It is so hard. The people cut in style. The people have the buildings like it's theirs. If you don't have nenen and power, you're not recognized. You there like you begging people every day, leaving messages every day, calling people. I myself, I'm frustrated and I fed up with that because I seen people just come in and they get it.
Wise meal. But you know what I would compliment her for? She's hardworking. You can see that she wants to work. And do you know the other good thing? Is that she has other workers with her. Now you would expect the government and the city council, whoever they are, you would expect them to have an engagement, a proper engagement with these individuals. Because it sounds to me like she don't know what is happening or what went on. If there was a discussion, it looks like she don't really have any knowledge of any meetings between her, between the vendors. And by the way, let me say to y'all St. Lucians, and I'm going to jam you all. Tonight, I'm not going to hold anything back because some of you are wicked. You're wicked. I tell you, I ain't holding back nothing, and I make no apologies. Bunch of wicked people. You guys are vendors. There's a vendors association. You fellas want to have a separate vendors association, another one down there, a piece down there, a piece over there. You St. Lucians just can't come together to do nothing at all. You come to the United States, you go to England, the very same thing you do. You meet an organization established, you have to go and start another one. Why? Because you don't like the leader. Or because you don't like the secretary. Or because you don't like this. And because you don't like that. You go and you start a whole organization all over again. Anywhere you go, you do it. Whether it's a church, whether it's a mobby shop, whether it's an association, a football association, you go and you start your own thing. And you all did the very same thing in the boulevard. Instead of joining together with the existing association, and you can affect change there. If you don't like the leader, of course, during the next election, you vote the leader out. You do your politics, you rally your vendors together, and you say, look, let's get a different, it's time for us to change the current president. Let's get somebody else. You show up, you pay your dues in order to vote. But you guys have never been able to work together. It's reflected in banana associations, in taxi associations, in security associations, in everything, especially church. You just cannot work together as a people. And that's where you always find yourself in trouble. Now, this Sisters of Vending the Boulevard, there is an association there. There's another one over there. Just now, you're going to have the Kentucky Association. Because vendors around the Kentucky building, they will have their own association. They're won by the government house, another association, and then you have no power. You're powerless in anything you do. Nobody wants to talk to you all because they don't know who to talk to. Which association is legit? Which president or secretary makes sense? All because you all eat each other down. You can't survive in the country because you eat each other down. You're on the job, you form an association, you form a group so that you can go into the, what you call them things, the union. You have a whole set gathering, whispering, carrying news, telling the boss, this one joining the union, that one, you're a bunch of suse. And brethren, look at what is happening. Do you not think by now that you guys should have had a minimum wage? Do you not think by now security companies should be paying you all what they need to pay you all? You all over the place. You all ain't supporting your own people. Bunch of suse carrying news. When people try to form groups to go into the unions, you all go and do suse. When they threaten industrial action, you all go and you all to work. When you all know that the plan is you all not supposed to go to work, some suse have to go to kiss up to the boss. Y'all can never work together. It's true. I make no apologies for that. Two faces of Ashy. Y'all can't work together. Y'all can't come together to do nothing at all. Every small business is either in bankruptcy or not functioning because this one say me ain't buy nothing in that store because she's a hater. Nothing is working. Nobody is representing you all. How many of you have been working all your lives at this security company and they still pay you $2, $3 an hour? Nothing at all. Send you home with $300 a month, $800 a month, $700 a month. And you just sit down in your Sentinel uniform, your Secure St. Lucia uniform, just sit down in it and do suse. Because you think they're going to hold you longer on the job. Ain't it? Yeah? And I keep telling you folks, unity is strength. But let's listen to the young lady. As I said, I applaud her. She's out there. She's not stealing from nobody. She's doing a little hustle. She's hiring people. Imagine she's hustling to the point where she's engaging others, giving them a little something to eat. But here's the situation. 3 days in the boulevard. Maybe that's where she makes most of her money, being there in the boulevard. If she moves, then, she might have an issue with customers and people knowing where she is. And so she's concerned. And I understand the concern. But I will remind St. Lucian, be very careful during the political season that you don't cut off your nose and spoil your face. This last elections have proven to us that St. Lucians acted outside of their own interests because a host of the politicians, aspiring politicians, hungry for power, saying anything they want, fooling the people, even the vendors, making them believe that they have a wall of protection. Nobody will touch them. Now, and Mr. Francis, the last mayor of the city, was the worst thing, man. The worst, man. Vendors were okay. Some of you vendors too, you don't like order. You don't like order. You want to do what you want, and when the fellas come, you bully them. When they come to collect their little $2, you cuss them off, tell them their mouth long, they're ugly. You cuss them out. You cuss off their mother, their father, their children, everybody. Because you're frustrated, you ain't sell no patat for the day. So you take out all your wage on the authorities. Some of you don't like order. And again, because you don't like order, you always get into trouble. Because you don't like order, you always vote against your own well-being. Look at your roads. We know people don't eat roads. All of you start repeating the same thing. Give us the money. Now let me ask you, where's the Black Lives Movement to petition on behalf of this young lady, to strike with her? Where's all the Maggie supporters? Koyo, where them?
And usher him out.
Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa. Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa.
Where are all of the Maggie supporters to support this young lady? What, they run out of steam? What, the government in power? What, they have a big job overseas? Where, they're in Martinique? Making $7,000 a month? Where are they? Where the Black Lives Matters movement? What, they get paid off? They got a contract to build a drain? Where are they? Where Black Lives Matters movement? Ras, where are you? Where are they? To support this woman. They went and support Maggie way on the beach. Jack, don't want me to bathe on the beach.
Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa.
An invisible Jack.
Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa.
An invisible Jack. They didn't want them to bathe on the beach. They go and they trust, they drink all the Maggie rum and eat a chicken. Half of them ain't pay it. Now here is a real St. Lucian. I'm not saying Maggie wasn't real, but here's another St. Lucian in distress. Where is the Jack protesters? Jack don't want you to vend in the boulevard? Where Black Lives Matter, somebody foot is on the vendor's neck.
Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa. Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa.
Hello, can somebody call the Black Lives Matters hotline? There is vendors in distress in the boulevard. Y'all go and buy out all their stuff. Buy all the jewelry, buy everything in the boulevard. Where are y'all? Y'all go buy out all the rum and chicken and pork. Like play boudinzo. Go in the boulevard and buy all the chips and the local drinks and all the shoes from New York and the Irish Springs.
Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa. Mwen pas apwen Maji Betisa.
Now, folks, you can't blame me, you know. I'm just reminding you folks what you guys did during the last elections. You spoil your face, huh? Some of you can't even show your face. Upe. Hot. But the good news is that you can change. You can change, of course. You're welcome. Once you see the light, come over to the Flabo is still ablaze. As a matter of fact, the Flabo is much brighter than before. Much brighter than it have ever been. All those who try to dirty it, state it up, call it names, all kind of magie, where are they now? But that's not what I'm talking about. My question is, where are the protesters? Magie protesters, we calling y'all. Y'all left Dennery, Soufre, Viewfort, all over the place. Head up to the beach. Buy out the whole shop. I am calling on y'all. This lady have 3 individuals to pay on Friday. Y'all go in the boulevard and buy everything. And ask Philip Japet to join y'all, and y'all kneel down in front of Cherish the Time. Kneel down on your knees. And I want Ras and the others to say, take your knees off our necks. Because Black Life Matters. I'm reminding you all deliberately. I'm reminding you all. I ain't eating rice tonight or spaghetti.
Good evening, brother. Good evening.
Yes, caller, you're on the air, and I'm firing on all cylinders tonight.
Oh my goodness, man! You have me there on the edge of my couch, man.
Don't fall down because I normally laugh at people who fall down, huh? Yes, caller, talk to me. What's on your mind?
Brother, you talking about what's happening there. I got some information yesterday about, because I think it was on Saturday, Ring the Bell made a video and he interviewed a few vendors by the Printree area there.
Oh, I ain't get that.
Yes, man. And information reaching me yesterday that they want to break down that Printree.
I believe I heard that the Printree was going to come down.
But if you heard that, who's the Minister of Housing today? Richard Frederick is the Minister of Housing. However, that Printree was in the making. That breaking down of that Printree was in the making during the former administration, you know.
So the National Trust is going to step in now. They're going to wake up.
Are you okay? They're not going to say nothing, brother man. They were not going to say nothing.
They're not a bunch of jacks.
We need to understand what is really happening, and you touch a lot on what's happening, but you also need to touch on the financial aspect of it. Because although we do not have full transparency with that government, the word on the street is the CDC building for demolition, it costs somewhere around $400,000, right? Who obtained that $400,000, right? Wow. Nobody knows exactly who has the car park on that government party today.
Wow.
Is it the city council that is receiving the money for that car park being there? Is that car park is it a public car park or a private car park? Nobody doesn't know.
No.
You see, I am saying that because there is a trend when it comes to our finances now and how the public funds are being used and spent, and that is very important. And I am saying that today because the investigators need to go back and follow that money. Because if you follow the money, you will find out where all the nastiness is happening. Brother man, these guys are looking at projects that are lucrative to their friends, to their allies, because they themselves are benefit from those things. He was quick to when the old prison was being there was the demolition of the old prison. Everybody was talking about heritage, patrimony, all nonsense they keep talking about. Because apparently it was Shashney that was taking that money, right? Shashney was taking that money. Who's taking the money of those buildings that are being destroyed? A building was sold on the Soche Road, was bought actually, on the Soche Road to be, they did some demo and revamped that building for to house the NHC? How much money was spent? Who knows? Where is the transparency in that? It's supposed to be a government project. Nobody knows. It's high time that we stop with that hypocrisy. And I like the fact when you said that. You see what's happening today. It was our own beginning. We caused it upon us. Because we cannot be against something when a particular person is running it. And then when the shoe is on the other foot, we say nothing. When it's the exact same thing that is happening, the only difference is some people are really getting rich. Because I am telling you, there is the attaché of the housing minister. If there was supposed to be any inquiry into his finances, and the minister himself, and even the junior or the junior ministers that just come in politics a few years ago, because the Labour Party have a few of them that came in. You will see what is happening. And Castries itself, brother, with the vendors, people, I don't know. People tend to say maybe the people are not educated, they don't understand. But man, they understand. They're just wicked. They do understand. Because don't tell me you have your home, you don't have a home. Somebody is taking you off the street, out of the sun, to put you in shelter. You say no. Because somebody tell you, no, don't do that, man. That's your wickedness.
That's wickedness.
It is wickedness.
Against themselves,
Of course. Against themselves. But man, I've seen that happening growing up as young kid.
Yeah.
I've seen these things happen. I have seen things happen where a man literally wants what is being given to someone else, and he will tell that person, don't take it.
I used to do it as a little boy.
Just because they can play on the ignorance of the other person.
But you're right. I used to do it as a little boy. When I want to eat all the food, I telling them, I even licking the plate and the spoon.
So because of the ignorance and the wickedness, that is what they're paying for. When a man can stand to tell you, all over New York and Singapore and blah, 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 Taiwan, Japan, wherever he's saying, you can vend, So you can see all of those things that they do in especially places like, let's look at Singapore for a second, not to diverge from the actual topic. Look at all the good things that they're doing. Look at the economy. Look at how much they pay in their citizens. Look at how they're thriving. But the only thing you can take out of it is where people are vending.
Yeah.
You're not seeing all those good things that you can actually mimic and put it into your own country to better the lives of those citizens. Yeah. But you can see to keep your citizen in the sun, keep things in disarray, not being organized. I understand that the people were selling there for 50 years. Yeah. My God. So just because they were selling in the sun for 50 years, they still need to be selling there for another 50 years again. These people, what is in their head?
It's the same three shacks mentality, three shack and Denry mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Labour Party is well known, my brother, to keep the country behind. They're well known to keep people as ignorant as possible just so they can keep coming into
I don't blame them. I blame the people. So much light, and information is a wrong exalt till
Of course, and you know what is killing me the most when these things are happening? These very kids that these people that are vending by the market, they took all that sunshine, they go through all that hardship to send their kids to school. Some of them are well educated, and they will literally encourage their parents to stay by the market to sell while they wear suit and tie to go to work in air condition, driving nice cars. But man, I'm telling you, when you say that we are the one who created that monster today, you haven't said anything wrong. And we have to pay for it today. We have too many hypocrite people in this country.
Yep.
Too many.
And
it's high time this nonsense stop. And I agree with you 100%. Because I feel I have the very same sentiment with you when it comes to the country. Yeah. It's high time that people wake up. The people need to wake up. I was watching a little sports meet in Soufrière. But I'm on the music that was playing there. You mean to tell me none of those teachers had a problem with that kind of music playing in a sports meet for little kids? No one had a problem with that?
Nope.
So tomorrow, when those kids are doing things, you'll tell me that they're the one. No, I'm blaming those teachers tomorrow because they are the one who was encouraging it.
Yeah.
You see, we tend to allow things to go through and not realizing what we are creating.
Yeah.
You know, and then when it's too late, we say, oh, you know what? Let me pull myself out of it.
But
Let me not say nothing.
And you're right. You see what the ignorance of our people? It is so bad that you have a prime minister in a community who is, you know, he's responsible for his constituency. You just have to go and walk through the constituency to see how good he is in that community, the development there. St. Lucians just sit down by the market or sit down in Dennery. Some of them have never been to Soufrière all their lives. And they St. Lucia.
That is true.
All they have to do, is true. Okay, the prime minister want to represent it. Let's go and see how good he is in his community. Let's just go down there for a drive or a walk. Go to Viewford, Kenny Anthony. Let's see what's going on over there. But if it's somebody business, somebody husband beating them, they would travel right to Soufrière to see and to cheer on. Bunch of wickedness.
Exactly. We have a lot of enablers in the country, brother. A lot of enablers.
Nastiness alone we support. Nastiness. There. Malpopte.
I cannot understand how people will allow those nonsense to transpire and not say anything. And then when the problem arises, you know, all of them pretending like they never saw it coming.
Yeah,
of course we saw it coming.
Right.
You know, of course we saw it coming.
The problem.
You know, look at this guy there. How many years have Ras Ipa been representing those very vendors by the arcade there? A long time, right?
Yeah.
He always claimed, that's always his argument. He's not receiving nothing. It's not a job he's getting paid for. Yes, brother, I get it. You're not getting paid for it. So why is it you're not getting paid for it? You don't want somebody new to bring fresh and new ideas into what you're not getting paid. Let somebody else do it if they want to do it. Why is it you get threatened when somebody's coming and attack you to take that post from you? You see, he's not getting paid directly. However, the perks that comes with it.
That's right.
That's what he wants.
More than the
you
salary.
know, so I am telling the people, don't be fooled by those guys. Because most of these guys, brother, you see, a lot of people say you mustn't call somebody idiot. But I'm telling you, some people are real idiots because we have a lot of ministers that are idiots, you know. Those guys, they're high-class idiots. They're literally educated idiots. They went to school and they, instead of coming out to do better for the people, the senior citizens that work hard, you know, provide for the community, to see that things change from where it was before to now, that they could actually go and further their education, their studies. Some of them will tell you, but Brother Garfield, I took a loan for me to go to school, you know. But Brother Garfield, I got a grant for me to go. But they will come and look at all those things that are indirect. That's what they think.
Some of them fellas can't survive. Some of these ministers can't survive in school again. Some of them went to school in 1929. They can't even use a computer if Alice turn it on.
Exactly. You see, no, we need to realize that if a foundation wasn't built by those senior citizens, what we enjoying today or not enjoying today, you know, if they didn't build that foundation, we wouldn't be where we are today, you know.
That's right.
We wouldn't be where we are today. Now, we are a set of selfish nation too, because it's always about us.
Yeah.
Not realizing the kids that are coming. You see, sometimes when something is happening, we quick to chase the kids away. Instead of allowing them to come in and change the subject we are having to more productive topic, something that they can actually, you know, exactly. They throw them away, man. Go in a corner, go do something else, you know. Because we you know that what we're discussing, we're not realizing that it is so not how should I say, productive. You know, we're chasing them away. If it's nonsense, why are we even saying it? If we don't want them to be there, why are we even having that topic? Why shouldn't we talking about engaging them into something good that they can actually thrive on? No, but we'll talk all kind of nonsense. We chase them away. You see, the problem today, brother, it starts in the school, and I'm telling you that it starts in the school. Until I remember when I was going to school, it is not what it is today. We were being disciplined, brother. We were being disciplined.
Yeah, the rod wasn't being
now
spared. Yeah.
Now everything goes by. You see, kids are going in the school with cutlasses. Soon it will be guns
and condoms.
Because we're following the trend, right? They say in the US it's happening. So we only see the bad things that are happening and not realizing the US have over 300 and something million people, and there are so many goods that are happening. But no, we'll take the bad. In Trinidad, we'll take the bad, the 6-9 or whatever gang that they have. They'll take that. In Jamaica, they'll also take that too. It's the gang, But man, we need to do something, and we need to do it fast.
Yep.
If we don't do something quickly, I'm telling you, most people think that saying that we are a failed state is actually being ridiculous, but I'm telling you, it's not. It's actually coming to a reality, and we're not looking. But soon we'll be looking at the rearview mirror, and it will be too late because we'll be living in it already.
That's right. That's right.
And
as I said,
have yourself a good evening, brother.
You too. Thank you for calling, my friend. And that was a good call, my friends. That was one of our callers. We got a clip here from Ring the Bell. So let's try to put Ring the Bell up on our platform now. I think it's one of his recordings. Let's get Ring the Bell on.
Bonjour, c'est Riverdez là. Bonjour. Mon ka vi notice tout à l'heure. Ko Joy Street. OK. Eh bien oui, maman cette ici. Oh, Richard dit aller. Mon ka est-ce ça ba un petit morceau parole là sur ça. Mon ka vi note tout à l'heure. Bonjour maman cette ici. Moi voulais plus moun venir en bas live là. Venir en bas live là. Jodi a c'est samedi 10e jour en mois de février 2024. Pour le présentement, moi bon pour une tuya et puis là dans la situation qu'a aller en cette ici pour le présentement Richard Frederick qu'a couru de toutes ces Riverdez là en ville Castries à présent. Et dis-moi temps Richard Frederick dis-moi temps il était en position. Richard Frederick teni quantité bon l'amitié pour ces Riverdez là. Et puis à présent Richard Frederick en gouvernement, il a couru de toutes ces Riverdez là. Alors pays ça là, nous pour faire Richard Frederick savent pays ça là pas ça yo. Pays ça pas ça li. Et puis comment ka mouche autres, moi bon peinture là pour le présentement, les sept lycéens toutes ces Riverdez ça qui là Frederick ba yo yon mois pour yo sorti. Et puis nous ka dit Frederick comme ou dit c'est pas où yo sorti asou I cannot help you ou dit c'est moun qui c'est pas où qui te mette yo là, c'est pas où qui chercher côté pour mettre yo. Et bien comme c'est pas où qui te mette yo là, pouchi c'est où qui katire yo. Alors les sept lycéens moi ni yon monsieur là, monsieur a toujours bon peinture avec ces Riverdez là. Alors moi ka fait dit autres bonjour et puis manière ça a fait beaucoup la peine Frederick qui couru de ces Riverdez là. Bonjour monsieur.
Bonjour.
Eh bien comment y a situation y bon peinture là qui opinion à sous Richard Frederick qui dit ces Riverdez là yo pas pour vendre là et il passe à bayo pour qui raison qui ça ou ka penser en situation ça là.
Vous avez dit pousser vous non puis pièce pas pour quitter. Vous êtes là. Si on dit quand on est au $5 dit il ça mettre l'autre 5 là, il ça fait 10 mais nous pas payer 10 5 10.
OK.
Parce que c'est ici pas salé, c'est ici c'est nous tout.
Belle parole.
Good.
OK. Bon, nous avons l'autre madame là. Bonjour madame.
Bonjour monsieur.
Eh bien, comme moi savez l'autre jour, vous dit moi, il y a un bon moment où on fait Riverdez en ville Castries et puis surtout où Bob Peinture là et puis ministre housing ça c'est Richard Frederick il bazot en notice pour zot quitter place la zot kaven là, il bazot yon mois pour zot quitter. Alors, qui ça ou ka penser, qui ça ou ka senti, dis-nous expérience ou et puis moun la te a kay tan voix ou. Où ça commence à parler?
Eh ben non, moi c'est Joyce Lynn, tout le monde connaît moi. Moi fait toute la vie moi kaven. Premier ish moi c'est 40, il gagne 45 years. Et voilà oui moi levé tout ish moi. Adidan boîte moi levé c'est ish moi. Et hodi moi ni pour sortir voilà oui. Sortir voilà oui et puis tout ça moi ni. Tout ces bagailles ça là moi ni. Moi vle connaître, moi vle ça côté moi ka mette yo. Les moi quitter bon là oui a. Côté moi ka mette yo. Yo ban nous notice pour yon mois. Yon mois pour nous sortir ici à côté moi kay aller et puis toutes ces bagailles ça là
parce que yo souhait iten un show à sous MBC et un moun mandé ko ibazo notice ça là ibazot notice ça là moun nan mandé ko i kay mette zo il dit c'est pas lui qui te mette zot là c'est pas lui qui pour bazot côté pour vendre qui comment n'y a au ka senti à sous statement ça là
mais tant élection il dit tout le monde allez vendre coyote vle.
Belle parole.
Quand jeune allez là et qui dit don't touch my vendors. Do not touch my vendors. Et quand dit ou ka touch vendors ou ka couiller nous pour côté nous aller. Côté nous aller.
Belle parole. OK. Alors laissez autant voir ces moun nan et ben toutes ces moun ça là yoni pour quitter mois prochain. Alors ça c'est une situation qui critique et puis nous ka disot Richard Frederick qui a mette ces problèmes ça là un peu ici. Bonjour maman.
Bonjour madame.
Ça ka fait on? Moi pas kay me fija yo sous télé. Moi apprendre que Richard Frederick dit il ka bazo yon mois pour zot ça quitter bon peinture.
Oui, moi aller en meeting là jeudi. Et c'est ça yo dit nous yo bon nous en mois li 9. Ce dernier jour pour nous venir ici.
So là yo diso quitter la li 9. Est-ce que yo ni pièce côté pour yo replacer zot?
Non, yo dit nous yo pas ni côté pour mettre nous. Yo dit nous yo pas ça yo ni qui dit il kay vie ouais nous avant li 9. Mais toutes les autres moun si tu consulter yo ba yo en côté pour yo aller mais nous même yo ba nous yon mois et que yo pas bon nous côté pour nous aller.
So comment y a situation ça y comment y a ka senti?
Ah, bon pièce because money kay moi payer. Money courant moi payer, money bloc moi payer, money internet moi payer, money ish moi voyer l'école. Moi pas have ça na fait ça na fait pour la vie moi pour 40 something years.
So quand en vivant des et un citoyen qui message ou ka veille dans la baie Richard Frederick.
Ça m'a dit là c'est pour qui a fait nous ça si nous d'accord pour nous sortir bon peinture because il voulait là pour faire ça, il voulait faire nous pas ça. Mais ben nous côté pour nous vendre. Souple nous commander ben nous côté pour nous vendre.
Mais yo soit moi tan un moun poser une question à sou can I help you? Moun nan dit qui côté il mette zo, il dit comme ça que qui pas li qui mette zo là il pas ka chercher pers côté. So qui opinion on laisse ça?
Pas li qui mette nous pour qui veut tirer nous.
Belle parole.
Côté yé là c'est nous qui mette là pour représenter nous. Actuellement il veut tirer nous côté joindre nous. So qui ça nous va faire à présent nous va voler.
Eh bien, il semble c'est ça.
Monsieur Richard Frederick, quittez nous battre misère, nous s'il vous plaît. Nous voulons manger, nous pour bailler, nous manger. Si vous voulez voir peinture pour faire un bagaille, bon nous un petit côté pour nous vendre.
Belle parole.
Vous pas dire non, ou besoin là, ou c'est ministre. Ou voulez là pour faire ça, ou voulez. Mais bon nous un petit côté. Mettez nous un petit côté. Ou mettez toutes les autres moun en côté. Ou tirez ces moun qui est bon. Marketing board là. Et vous placez pas derrière là. Après vous placez au bail l'argent. Bon nous un petit côté. Ou bail Jean Boulevard là 3 mois. Et vous bail 3 jours. Ou bon nous 1 mois. Ou pas bon nous pieds jours. Nous pas aimer ça.
Okay.
Ça pas bon, pas ça fait nous ça.
Eh bien, belle parole. Richard Oukaten. Bonjour, maman. Ou pas n'a pour dire. So, on y a resté silence. Ok. Bonjour, l'autre côté. Je ne peux pas mettre Fidja sur TV. Comment y a la situation ça là? Comment y a ou sorti et puis situation ça là?
Je ne peux pas sortir comme bien pièce parce que moi je vends pour peinture et moi je vends depuis moi j'ai 17 ans je commence à vendre. OK? Et c'est vending qui voit à l'école, et c'est vending qui a payé bills moi. Même si moi j'ai un petit bail pour faire à son side but main bail là c'est vending parce qu'on a fait tout petit bail avec la même moi. Et toutes ces bagailles là moi d'invest pour moi vendre because gouvernement pas ça by tout le monde a job.
Belle parole.
So nous ka try we des con nous tout.
Oui, belle parole.
So si nous ka we des con nous OK, si ça blé ici ya, nous pas dire non. Mais travailler puis non.
Belle parole.
Nous pas animaux.
Belle parole.
Là on mettez nous dehors pour nous ka aller.
Mais là il était opposition, moi t'ai qu'attendre, il t'ai qu'à dire Peterson Francis pas toucher Wivendez, pas toucher vendors li. So à présent là, autres Wivendez, il ka couille des autres.
Oui. Ça pas right.
Yes, moi maintenant un monde dit Yassou can I help you? Qui plaint ni est-ce qu'il mette les autres en l'autre côté? Il dit c'est pas lui qui met les autres là, il pas une pièce côté pour mes autres. So, qui opinion wa sur ça?
Eh ben si c'est pas lui qui mette nous là, qui m'en est qu'à toucher nous.
Belle parole.
Nous pas dit si autres blé là. Fine, because les gouvernements veulent en place ou pas ça vous met gouvernement.
Belle parole.
But at least mettez un bagage en place bon nous.
Belle parole.
Folks, what you're hearing there is lack of respect for these vendors. Some of these vendors, as the lady said, they have been vending for a very long time. Some of them send their kids to school. Some of them, I mean, that's how they survive. That's how they eat. That's how they pay their bills. That's how they pay the 2.5%. That's how they pay it, you know, and the VAT and everything else. And very unfortunate that a government who said that they're going to put the people first, they're really putting the people last. And I don't like the treatment. I mean, if you have, if your intention, if you sit with your folks and you say, look, we got to remove those vendors. I understand the sidewalks need to be free. I spoke about it myself. I walked there in the boulevard and I got hell, you know, in just walking. I had to walk on the main road, like in the river on the bank in order to get where I'm going. And if I slip and I fall, then nobody is to be sued. Nobody, you can't finger anyone for your injuries. And so I understand that we need to get some order in the town, but Mr. Shastner tried to bring that order. You told the vendors that he's a white man and he's not one of you, and he's trying to put his foot on you guys' neck, and none of you going anywhere, nobody's going to touch you all, and some of you jump and you say, yeah, and you went and you voted, and now many of you who are complaining were part of the problem. I'm not saying all, but there's some of you who were part of the problem. You did not think before you act. My problem with this whole move is that have some respect for the vendors. You know, you call a meeting with them and you discuss respectfully. You go to that meeting with a plan for them. You go with like 3 different plans. Okay, guys, we got to move you, and we have somewhere to put all of you. Yes, we didn't put you there, but we have somewhere to put you guys. And here's what we're going to do. We have some free space. You guys go and sell, and you know what? You guys are a bunch of bandits, you know. You guys sold that Bonanza land, and you bought a building to put the NIC. You guys could have break down one of the CDCs, and if you want, build it back higher and bigger, and put in that same housing building the NIC office. Let them have their office in that same building with the apartments. They don't need no fancy building to do what? Sit down in AC and do what? Push papers, blank papers around the place. Politicians don't think. You build a big enough modern building in the city, and you could have even made those buildings look like those beautiful hotels. You have the space, but you want to sell those properties. The Bonanza land. Couldn't build something there for the citizens of the country. You sell it to an individual. You sell it to an individual. To me, the space in Castries should be reserved for the citizens, for development, not sold to anybody because you can get a little $1 million from it. You got to start looking at ways how you can improve the lives of the citizens, how you can have more green parks, green space in the city, proper parking, proper areas for vendors. Right now, you have nowhere for vendors, and you're saying to them, well, we didn't put you all here, you all just got to move after a month. Well, all you have to do is identify space and build something good so that all them vendors can afford it. They can pay their little $1, $2 a day to sell. When Ralph Gonsalves removed the vendors in Kingstown, there were places for them. There were areas for the vendors. The Balance land could have been used as a flea market, as an area where all them vendors can go and set up their nice little comfortable housing where they can store their product. They don't have to move it every day. They have their nice little fan, their little bathroom, and everything else. Of course, the vendors got PC. Well, I don't know. You might have public bathrooms in Castries. But this is, and that's what I'm saying. Our politicians are lazy. They're out of ideas. And they're just recycling the same old. Same old. So let's, I'm sick of this.
To report, the town-based vendors were given a month's notice to relocate their operations. Additionally, the sellers were not offered an alternative location to resume their selling, placing them in an unfortunate predicament. These issues with selling largely result from the gradual thawing of vendor restrictions which were established in 1994. This has led some city sidewalks to become crowded with vending apparatuses, causing hazards for pedestrians. Additionally, observers have indicated that the lackluster setups of vending tents compromise the aesthetic appeal of the city. However, the now displaced vendors argue that the sudden interruption to their selling has placed them in a tough spot. They have called on the authorities to help provide a suitable alternative to this situation.
I never know they don't want vendors there because I am selling there for that all my life, as I said. We were called to a meeting by City Council.
I wish.
When we went, they said that they don't want nobody to vend there, that there's a no vending area. But if I cannot vend there, I need to go somewhere else. That is what I want because my rent to pay is there. All now, so I owe in housing. And if I cannot vend, how can I pay them?
What I want, if I cannot sell on the sidewalk and I don't have a place to make a daily bread, I need my Prime Minister to get me a job because I have 6 children and I don't have anything else to do but vending.
Peter Ras Iper Isaac, president of the St. Lucia Craft and Dry Goods Vendors Association, indicated that his organization was not consulted prior to this decision. While he welcomed the move to regulate vending in the city, he lamented the method taken by authorities in this regard.
I think steps to kind of regulate it and maybe downsize some of the apparatus that people use to vend is something that the Vendors Association will welcome. But we also are disappointed in not having to be consulted and to discuss the way forward with us, the Vendors Association, before we had this meeting with the vendors.
The vendors will be required to relocate by March 9th. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Quinn Segis.
Segis, I think you're reporting for Caribbean American News because we could have seen this thing coming. How do you not talk to the vendors? How do you not talk to Ras? Ras, what happened to you? What happened to your power? Look, we hear they say the fellas give Ras contract in Castries so he can shut his mouth on the GPH deal. After that, they say he starts singing Hail Mary, Mother of God, that the place is the best. The best. GPH is good deal for everybody. And he starts singing a different chorus. And not even Amazing Grace he's singing, you know. You understand? Now, look. Everybody's just in for themselves. Nobody care about vendors. And look at the Castries look ridiculous too, you know. Reverend Castries look nasty. Castries look like the jungles of Nicaragua. Look at how Castries look. Look at how we have allowed those government buildings to deteriorate and turn into garbage. Look at how this place look blight. Look at our streets. Like Satan just pop up from hell with his demons. Look at our brethren. Do you see? Let me show you something. Look at this. Do you not see how this country look? In the town, you know. In the town I'm talking about, brethren. Brethren, this is no joke, you know. Look at this. That's St. Lucia. This is St. Lucia, brethren. And our governments have allowed the country to run into this. Our sidewalks are patched up. The buildings are just a little touch of paint, you know. This is the year of infrastructure. I didn't know infrastructure is moving the vendors. Yes, the vendors need to go into the same plan that Mr. Shastney had. That's what they need to follow up with. But everything was not good. Everything was a problem and bubble. And look, the vendors now are getting bubble in their skin. And our drivers are getting bubble on the streets. Huh? Hold a minute. Let this lady speak a minute. 1 minute, let her speak, all right? And we come back. I'll take calls just now.
Getting that get out of jail free pass. My husband don't want me to talk about these things because my husband don't even want me to work as you see me there. Cherie, je viens tout à l'heure. My husband walk out already. Yes. You mean to tell me you want people to move? Not y'all. I'm not speaking about people. I'm speaking about myself. I have been trying. Okay? There is also the whoever executive. These people do not represent Cherish the Times. They do not represent me because these people, birds of a feather, flock together. I myself, these people are Tweety birds. I myself is the big bird in Sesame Street because these days I gaining weight. I'm the big bird in Sesame Street. These people is Tweety bird.
Hold a minute, eh? I just see a statement there that I have to correct. I tell you already tonight, I'm not messing around. This Cyprian guy, one, this is not a Marby shop or a rum shop. I just want to clear the air on that one. So we are here to deal with serious matters. Now I'm going to read your statement to let you know how disappointed I am in you as a human being. Very disappointed. You were blessed with a brain by God. You were intelligently designed to reason and to think. But here you are. Here you are, like many of the others who cut their nose and spoil their face under the platform. And here's what you say. That's the kind of publicity you give into St. Lucia. So we are the ones giving the publicity to St. Lucia. You see. Where was this person when our ministers was giving St. Lucia a very bad name in opposition? Where was this individual when our ministers in the house fighting each other and calling each other all kind of nastiness? Where was this individual, this human being? So I think you're in the wrong place. This university is too big for you. We will have to downgrade you to a kindergarten class until you can climb the ladder. For now, you're going to be on time out because patience. The same thing your prime minister said, that there's a deliberate plan to to spoil St. Lucia name when it comes to tourism by people overseas. And I mean, what is that? We're the ones promoting crime in the country. We are the ones shooting all over the place like it's the Wild Wild West. We is the one have all the potholes in St. Lucia. Tourists laughing at us when they drive on these nice air-conditioned bus from Castries to Soufrière and Vieux-Fort. We are the ones who cause them to have a bad experience on our roads. When they leave their hotels, their beautiful hotels, tout koyo pa bon, tout beauté yon kakaze aleshime. We are the ones. My advice to you, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Cyprian, Go fix the people road. Go and find somewhere to put our citizens, our vendors who are making a living. Go and take care of them. Don't come and take care of us. We have nothing to take care of. We good. Nou bon. Nou pa plat dong, nou pa platate. So this is just the wrong area, the wrong space for you to come and try that garbage. And I'll tell you something, I do not go under your platforms and mess with y'all. I'll allow y'all to do y'all stuff. I don't go there and insult anybody and try to humiliate people and talk foolishness. So I will tell you, this is not a rum shop, your local rum shop, white rum shop. This is not it. And this is not a mobby shop. So if I were you, I would just relax and listen to sense. Huh? Listen to sense. Let's listen to the young lady. She's making sense to me, not you. Lady, speak.
Going on there is conflict of interest. These people cannot represent me. A lot of these people are store owners. A lot of these people have another job. They have a 9 to 5. So y'all cannot tell me what it is or what it feels like not. And people, look, they have a Chinese store right there in the boulevard. They could get a spot. Domino Pizza is an American company. These people is a franchise. Look there in the boulevard. Church's Chicken in the boulevard. All of them, all the non-mamas and all the non-papas and the bopes and the belmes. And if I was a jabal, I would find a spot in the boulevard. All of these establishments that's in the boulevard. Because you know, from time I put 2 foot forward, he done there already. You understand me? That's my ride or die. For the grant is people that's already well established. They don't even need that. But I applied and I got denied. So kite me pale Mondays. Let me speak. If a mother makes a child.
Okay, friends, so we're not going to play more of her clip, but you got the story. I heard her, really saying how bad the United Workers' Party was, blah, blah, blah. And now she's saying that the Labour Party, they're bad. They're not doing well. If she's not a Jabal, one of them's Jabal, she's not getting anything. She's not getting nothing done. So it sounds like friends, families, and foreigners. Where did we hear that before?
Mwen pas ap wè maji beti sa. Mwen pas ap wè maji beti sa.
Listen, where did we hear that before? Just their friends, family, and foreigners. Where did we hear that before? Listen to me. The very same thing. Very same thing they're doing. And this is the definition of a hypocrite. The very same thing they were complaining about on the previous administration, every single thing they accused the party of, former party, they are falling in the very same trap. Same thing, accusations. Look, the young lady said if she's not a Jabal, she ain't getting nothing. Grant. Oh, yes, the European Union give us grant, the Taiwanese grant. Everybody need to apply. Oh, yes, everybody apply. Not this one. She talked too much, so she ain't getting nothing. She's not really one of us. Let me tell you something. Y'all UWP, when you all swing with the Labour Party, y'all think they like y'all? They know you all like Flabo for life. They know the possibilities there that you will switch back. They don't trust you all. They ain't giving you all a dime. They might give you all a little bottle of white rum. You all might get a little chicken. But you ain't getting nothing more. And to shut you all mouth, they give you all a little contract to do a little drain. A little $500, $1,000 and tell you, shut your mouth. We just wanted your vote. Wait until next election. You ain't getting nothing. So to all you Labour flabos who joined with them fellas, you ain't getting nothing. A matter of fact, they will remove you from the boulevard without you getting a replacement place to go. You can tease on. That's why I say to you all, be stable. If you have a problem in your party, you work it out. Yeah, be committed to what you're committed to. But you stick to it and you see it out. Don't let anybody play in your sevel. Bamboozle you. Now all of you are ashamed. I would be ashamed All of them jumping off the wall. Look at, there's another brother here jumping off the fence. Can't get a job.
We are a mountainous island, okay? And so our holes, you see, you make me say holes, because that's what we drive on. Our roads are bumpy because of volcanic ash and volcanic activity, right? Our roads are bumpy, okay? Because we are an island in the Caribbean made of volcanic eruptions, and we are very mountainous, okay? And so our roads are up and down, and we have golf courses. We have the most golf courses in the world, okay? Miss Amanda, tourist from Canada, since you don't know about St. Lucia that much, I am going to educate you, okay? So if you see in the phone is mind your business, okay? It is the nature of our roads, okay? It is the nature of our roads. Amanda, okay? And Amanda, another thing, if you want to know more about our roads, I can tell you that we have a minister of infrastructure who is a former prime minister of St. Lucia, okay? He is a former prime minister of St. Lucia under your favorite party, the United Workers' Party, and he not fixing the roads. He building a mansion up in San Diego. His name is King, and he's in charge of infrastructure, as he's been for a very long time. Hello, Lawrence here. Who serve Spider Pie Judge Peshime. Goma di sell Shime Spider Fe, c'est Shime la bonne, because la tena shy gentifi. Goma di Spider Fe Shime a lot side la, because la tena shy gentifi la, so it have access where I join you. Back to what I was saying. You see the two of y'all? Leave me alone. Y'all like Roro, eh? Cricket coming just now, things coming, and they patching the roads. Me say, how hard is it for y'all to level the road when y'all patch it? Why is it that when y'all patch a road, Jesus, it's rocky mountains? See, we will get beautiful roads, because you know we have amnesia. Our people quickly forget, and so they're gonna remember all the problems of the roads, all the broken axles and the flat tires and the accidents and the deaths will evaporate from their minds, and they will just see the roads paved to heaven, and they will say, oh, it's wonderful.
So, Reverend, whole cost of labor, Pabo. Moi, t'as des bouts là, you can make the flambeau plat, donc plat à terre, mais il semble que c'est le labor qui you foot plat à terre, because you can't complain. Mama. And you hear what he said? The man said that during elections, they will pave the road and everybody will come and everything is nice and everything else. They will forget about all the tunnels they were going through on the roads. This sounds like a guy who have given up on his own government. Me say di chasne bagay telma. And I thought everything would have been good, because if they're saying, look, we can do better. We have a prime minister who's the most readied. Their problem, they didn't realize their problem. They were taking all the lazy people from Flabo to be with them. The ferocious, the lazy, the bad apples they were taking in their camp, not realizing that they're actually messing up their bunch, And so they thought, yeah, man, we have Stevenson King. He knows the infrastructure. We'll get the roads done and everything else. Stevenson King, BC go slow. BC pas faire rien. He was not doing anything under the Flabo. It was Guy Joseph who had to step in and do a majority of the work, his work. And here is this guy confirming what the Flabos have been saying. So here is this. They have been wrong. And the Flabos have been right. How about that? Yeah? Let's take a call. But let's take a call and then we'll let you go to bed. It's late, all right? Let's take one more call. May whole call you. And I'm sorry because there's innocent people suffering. The road users, the vendors, everybody is suffering. You hear the same complaint every corner. And when you look at the type of people who are complaining, this is serious stuff. It is very serious stuff, friends. Very serious. This is no joke. I'm laughing. But I'm just laughing to say that we told you so. You were wrong. We were right. Put back everything finish. Finish. Story finish. Good night, my friend. Oh, wait.
You on fire again tonight, Brother Garfield?
Yes, I'm on fire. Yeah, not only fire, but listen to me. I'm just a little concerned. I have something here before you go on, my friend. I got something that I need to do quickly. Somebody sent me to do it. Let me do it now before. Can you give me 1 minute, all right? 1 minute.
Yeah, I'll hold.
Yeah, just hold, yeah.
WP Mikono Branch invites you to a very branch meeting at the venue you and I both know. This meeting is open to all. Come listen to what your party has been doing and intends to do. This branch meeting will take place on Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. at our regular meeting spot. So tell a friend to bring a friend. It's the UWP Mikono Branch meeting. You all are invited.
All right, so that was a promotion from the United Workers Party. Caller, my friend, go ahead. You're on the air. Yes, it's yours.
Brother Garfield.
Yes.
I'm so happy that you've touched all of what you did tonight. That is a really good show tonight. I must say, the program is so enlightening. So thank you so much for that. One thing I must say is that St. Lucians, I hope you all are paying attention, because everything that Richard Frederick quarreled about and used in his last campaign having to do with the United Workers Party, with when Peterson Francis was cleaning up Castries and putting the vendors on the sheltered areas neatly, etc., Richard Frederick was the one who was quarreling every Thursday night. And I'm glad you played Don't Touch My Vendors. My vendors, they can go where they want, do what they want. Nobody ain't touching the vendors. Today, Richard Frederick is the one who is he just doesn't care about his vendors anymore. So I'm hoping that these people are paying attention to this. So in the next election, my vendors, whether they give you all $1,500 or $500 or whatever, that you don't go back and make the same mistake. And my vendors understand that yes, we all need work. And yes, we all need to work, but you all need to be organized as well. I'm sorry for Cherish because,
True.
She was in the boulevard. The vendors are allowed in the boulevard. Even if they one on top of the other, sorry to say it, they're allowed in the boulevard. Now all of a sudden they only have 3 days a week. And for
not all
Richard
of them have 3
Patrick to
days,
say that.
Not all of them, because the Adventist people would have 2 or 1.
Oh yeah, that's correct. So all the Adventist people now have to find another place to go and vend. Maybe the vendors should start going back to where they were originally. Now, with the number of car parks we have in town, in Castries, because we have a lot of car parks in Castries, private ones, why would the minister not organize something for the vendors to go there rather than tell them they just can't sell for how many days or they just need to move from there? So the first caller who called and asked who is that money's going to, that new car park where the CDC was taken down, who makes that money? Where does that money go to? Why doesn't the minister use that space for the vendors until such time where the vendors can find a proper home? So vendors, pay attention. St. Lucians, pay attention. Pay attention. Look at what's going on with us. Look at the state. And I know I always talk about it, the crime. The crime, Brother Garfield, Black lives don't matter anymore. Nobody's walking in town to say, let's save our young men. Nobody's marching to say, black boys matter, black men matter. They don't seem to matter. They're just killing them.
That's right.
And it's okay because we're not hearing anything about anybody being caught or the investigations of bringing in anybody to say, okay, this person, so-and-so was held for killing X, Y, and Z. It's just a whole set of killings and nothing for that. Absolutely nothing. So I'm just wondering. I don't want to know who's doing the killing. I'm not the police.
$100,
but it needs to be stopped.
Yep.
One way or the other, it needs to be stopped. And again, our ports are still not, no security on the ports with reference to the dogs and the scanners, etc. And the security minister has failed to resign. Yet another week, he's still there, not doing anything, not worried about what's going on, and blaming you. Sorry, I just find it funny. Blaming you and whoever else is speaking for saying that you're speaking badly of St. Lucia.
And you have one of his representatives come in tonight saying the very same thing to me, that I'm speaking bad of St. Lucia. If it bad, it bad. If it good, it's good. But the representative that is speaking badly or whatever, I ain't mentioning names. Well, I tell him it's not a rum shop I operate in here.
And surely you don't ask girls to sleep with them for driving lessons.
No, I don't do those things. No. And I don't drive on holy roads.
Exactly. And when I guess the Me Too movement must really be getting under some people's skin, eh?
Well, there is nothing yet.
That's all I have to say on about that one. So that one gets the message.
You didn't call anybody.
You understand?
You just drop a few corns.
No, I call nobody's.
Any chicken that
name.
come and eat it, we cooking the chicken.
That's right. Because we were looking for chicken in St. Lucia these days.
I move it. Things hard.
Okay, because things are so bad in St. Lucia.
That's right.
So rather than them come and say it's they bad talking St. Lucia, they're speaking bad about St. Lucia. Doesn't Philip J. Pierre realize that once something is on the news or on the World Wide Web, that it's all over the world? That the entire world knows, the universe everywhere knows?
He just not to work with us.
That he's blaming people for speaking against what's going on. Didn't Philip J. Pierre say that when the opposition had given him, was it a 6-point plan?
Mm-hmm.
A 6 or 7-point plan or whatever it was. Did he say belongs to exactly? Did he throw it in Dayglow or something?
And he didn't want us to. And they don't want us to talk. Yeah.
And you do. So we have no voice.
Right.
We the voiceless people. We're supposed to just keep quiet and watch St. Lucia go down. If I recall, in 2020. Mm-hmm. And 2021 and 2019 and 2018, I heard noise. I heard noise from the Bar Association. I heard noise from the Medical and Health, Dental and Health, Medical and Dental Association.
Yeah.
I heard noise from the National Distrust. I heard noise from the CSA president.
By the way, the Prince Rate Castries, they're getting ready to break it down, and no National Trust to go and protest. The same building Shasny was going to take down, and they protest and they talk about and cuss him out that he want to break it down, they're breaking it down now themselves. But caller, that's not my business.
I heard Richard on his show speak about that building, that old printery, when Honorable Chasney wanted to break it down. I heard Richard with my own 2 ears lashing out and saying, oh, Rick Wayne is going to be the one. I'm sure he had said something like that, to the extent that Rick Wayne would be doing the printing or whatever he said. Okay? So it was happening because somebody was going to benefit or whatever it was. And today you're going to break down the same printery? It's like going to Marjorie, Jack don't want me to be on my beach, getting your check, and then going back to the same cabot when it's open at the opening and drinking champagne, sipping champagne and eating caviar. Everything that was going good for St. Lucia was not good when they were in opposition, but now they've come, and the same thing they campaign against is the same things that they're doing now because it is very good for St. Lucia. The hypocrisy, according to Rick Wayne, the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy in St. Lucia is too much. I hope people are paying attention. I hope people are seeing the prices in the supermarkets. I hope people are seeing the prices of fuel up to this current day, this present day, the price of cooking gas, the price of medicine, the cost of everything, the holy roads. The holy roads is like we in Jerusalem. The whole place is holy. It's holy. And nothing is happening. I call on Philip J. Pierre and the SLP administration to step out of our cabinet, get out of governance in St. Lucia because they cannot do the job. And we know why. We know everything that they're doing and everything that they're not doing. And I would like to tell Philip J. Pierre to stop casting blame on Honorable Chasney or the UWP or the last administration for what he has failed to do in St. Lucia. What was set up already that he could have come in and continued, but because of his pride and because of the junior ministers in his office who had such hatred towards the last administration, he did not do what he was supposed to do. And today, we do not want him as a prime minister. So he needs to go. On that note, Brother Garfield, maybe somebody else might want to call. Let that happen. And I'm saying good night to everybody.
All right. So good night to you, and thank you so much for that call. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, those are our favorite callers. And folks, we had a beautiful night tonight. Y'all kind of calmed me down quickly. That is good. From where the place I started from, I started on a high note and then I end up cooling down. So y'all are good people then. So folks, all I can tell you is that this is the end of our broadcast. For those of you who have been here with us, I want to thank you so much. Let me see if I can put my friend Philip Japet up on the PM. Let's see if we can put PM up. PM. Where's PM? Mr. PM, where are you? I'm looking for you. PM. Give me a minute, folks. Let's get PM.
The big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people.
PM is behind me today.
And a big story. I must apologize to elderly people. The big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people. Big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. The big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell a big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. The big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked
elderly people
Take his microphone.
and
Just
tell,
a
I
minute.
mean, a big,
Just a
big
minute.
story. A big
Take his
story.
microphone.
I must apologize to elderly
Usher
people. A
him
big
out.
story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly
Take his
people
microphone
and tell,
usher him out.
a big story. A big story.
Take his
I must
microphone.
apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked
Usher him out.
elderly people and tell, a big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell, a big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell, a big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell, a big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and
You know what? Y'all like too much drama. Y'all go to bed now, say y'all prayers, drink your little water. I dummy. Go and talk to the Lord, pray, confess. Don't go to bed without praying. Confess innocence. Confess. Go and apologize to your neighbor that you have offended. I dummy. Dummy beer, because y'all don't get the nightmares tonight. We have a storm to deal with tomorrow here in the United States. But you guys have bad roads to deal with tomorrow. And the vendors have to start looking from tomorrow for a place for them to go. Sorry about that, vendors. I wish that the United Workers' Party could have helped you all. You know, if they were in power, they would be able to, you know, maybe get you all into a good area where you all could have been good, you know. But what can I say? And you know what I would have done? I would have tried to figure out some space and build something for the different type of vendors we have close by so they can, but that building, the NIC building that the housing building, I would have built something there for vendors and take that same money also that they sold the land for. And I would have built another apartment complex, a massive apartment complex, and I would take one of the floors, the first floor, and I would put the NIC office in there. I would put the office there. Sorry, not the NIC. I would put the office there. So you just bill one time and that's it. But this separate building over there and boasting about it. Anyway, folks, the story done. Y'all go and sleep. Let me get ready to go and shovel snow. Yeah? Sorry for you all. I wish I can send some snow to block you all potholes, but why is me? Anyway, to those over on our YouTube channel, we had over 100 and something viewers over on YouTube tonight. They keep breaking the record over on YouTube. Thank you so much, our YouTube viewers. And those of you who have not subscribed to any of the channel, both the YouTube and our Facebook, you need to do so. Keep your bell on for latest developments and breaking news. There is always something in St. Lucia to report on. There is always something going on. There's always something out there, lately. So, folks, and we know that we have 13, I believe, homicide there in St. Lucia. The Prime Minister said we should not report it, but he has no jurisdiction over us. He has no control over us. We are here to inform, to keep our people informed and up to date. However, I'm very careful in how I tag my programs so that it will not, it will not create any problems out there. All right. So my programs are well tagged. So you wouldn't get a lot of stuff that will mash the tourism industry up. Our intention is to help build the country, to build a better country. And if it means we have to sacrifice everything else to build better, then I think we should. All right. It will worth it. But good night, folks, and blessings to all of you. Thank you. I can't even greet all of you tonight because there's so many of you. But please understand my appreciation to all of you who are here. I have great respect for all of you. I have great regards for you. And I'm happy that you continue to support the platform. Look out for another interesting study. I might pop up, not study, interesting program coming up again. I might pop in sometime soon this week, but just keep your stuff open. All right? Blessings. Keep the bell on for tomorrow and Thursday. Keep the bell on. We Might drop in on you on Sunday too. But keep the mic on, folks. Keep the mic on. Keep your, it's not the mic, but keep the notification bell on, please. All right? Bonsoir, bonjour. Later.